Hello and welcome back to Toucan Tarot, and we've got another awesome reading for you today, and that's Who Has Their Eyes on You. Predominantly these readings are kind of based on singles, I would say. However, we'll see what messages come through from Spirit. As you know, I read with my guides, so we'll see what comes through. If you want to skip straight ahead, we've got pile 1, pile 2 and pile 3. You can do so by clicking the timestamps below. But I just wanted to say a huge thank you to all my new subscribers. As you know, I've recently come back into YouTube, and it's just so humbling to know that I have so much support and the lovely messages and gifts, and all those of you that are booking readings. Thank you. It really lifts my spirit, and I hope it does yours too. So yes, who has their eyes on you? I'm going to just give you a glimpse of the cards, and I want you to take some deep breaths in. We've got card number, there you go, number 1 with this beautiful crystal. We have card number 2. These are such gorgeous cards, I love them. And then we have card number 3. You may find that more than one resonates with you. If so, go ahead and obviously click on both piles. I get asked that a lot. If you are torn between two, watch them both. There may be messages in there for in both of them, or in all of them in some of your cases. Let's get into it. Who has their eyes on you? Again, we've got pile 1, pile 2 and pile 3. I'm going to get straight into pile 1. So for those of you that chose pile 1, this is your reading. Let me pop these aside for a second. And again, we're looking at who has their eyes on you. I love doing this reading. You chose the Forest, which is this stunningly beautiful card. I love this deck. It's actually a new deck that was purchased for me, the Archetypes deck. You know who you are. One of my subscribers sent me these from my wish list. Thank you so much. And let's start with you. And we're looking at who has their eyes on you. So Forest, let's see. I'm going to use a couple of decks today. I'm going to start with the Lunar Soul. I've really given them a really good shuffle. I've been shuffling all morning, but I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit more. And then I think I'm going to bring in the High Tarot as well for this. And we'll pop in a few different oracles. So, who has their eyes on you, pile 1? Let's see what messages we can get. Pile 1, who has their eyes on you? So, we have the Knight of Wands. We have the 5 of Wands. Lots of wand energy. The Empress, interesting. And then I'm going to pull one more of these. And we have the World. I do read Lunar Soul upright, just in case some of you are wondering. Wow, okay then. Let's also choose, I'm feeling really inclined, which I've not got out, I'm just going to go and grab them, to pull you some Moonology cards as well, to get the kind of bottom base of this reading. Let's have a look. Knight of Wands, 5 of Wands, the Empress and the World. And then we've also got full moon in Libra. This is exciting, guys. And then we have a new moon in Aquarius. Okay then. So again, as most of you know, I do tend to read with my guides. Let's just get straight into it, shall we? Again, I'm going to pull more in a moment. Let's have a look, guys. What messages have you got coming forward? I mean, first of all, there's definitely a love interest here. That's the first thing that came to me. Someone that, you know, we've got the Forest here. They just want to get lost in you. So I would say that this person is actually obsessing quite a lot about you without you quite realising. They're thinking about you a lot. We've got both the Knight of Wands and the 5 of Wands here. Those two combined in itself, we're talking about quite a super player here, guys, which, you know, may or may not be good news for you. But this person, certainly in character, they're very much that, I mean, goodness, how would you describe them? Very much that kind of cheeky, impulsive, quite fiery, bit full of bravado. They may be seen as quite a party person, so to speak. This is from the outside, and my guide is reminding me to tell you that, you know, we all go through stages in life. So just because they may seem a player outwardly, there's certainly a lot more going on. I mean, they're not just thinking of you in the sense of that player vibe. We've got the Empress and the World here. They're thinking of you a lot more than that. But again, the general perception, and my guide is saying perception you have of them right now, is that they are very much a super player. I mean, again, the 5 of Wands, you know, this is someone that loves competition, plays the field, And again, just super cheeky. Super cheeky. I almost want to say very charming. You know, you get randomly, not that they are Italian, but you know that typical Italian charming kind of cheeky chap. That's really the vibe that's coming through here, a cheeky girl, of course, whichever resonates. But yeah, they're thinking of you constantly. They're constantly on their mind. We've got the Empress and the World. Before we move on to that, let's just look at the forest for a second. You know, the woods, the jungle, the thicket, so to speak. They literally want to get lost within you. That's the biggest message that's coming through. They want to get lost within you. They really very much have you on a high pedestal, which my guide's saying you will probably find quite funny because, again, they're such, in your mind anyway, they're such this player type person. But my guide is asking me to consider that, you know, we all have multiple layers. And every single person that meets us has different sides. And it's almost like this person really does want to show you other sides of them without a shadow of a doubt. But they really see you as this absolute divine power of purity. You know, pure is the word. And also that, you know, that mothering vibe, that creator of life. Again, they have you on this really high pedestal. Whether you're thinking of a male or whether you're thinking of a female, whether you're male or female, still those same energies. Not necessarily that, you know, they're looking at you as a mum. But again, if you're a male watching this, they're very much seeing you as that giving, that caretaker, that giving person. Very kind, very pure. And they love this about you because they wish they could be a little bit more like you, I think, inside, actually. Bear with me, sorry. Frog in my throat there. But yeah, they really want to just get lost in you. It's coming through a little bit here that you remind them very much of their mother. You know, we all have such a strong connection to mums, whether it be positive or negative. It could be either or for a lot of us. But essentially your mother's your mother, and you'll always hold that, or certainly what I'm hearing here is you'll always hold that pure thought. They certainly do hold their mother in high regard, and there's qualities about you that really remind you of them, but they see you as that life giver, as something quite serious. Again, they've got you up on this pedestal, and they want to dive in. They absolutely want you to kind of open your arms and go for it. My guide is saying though that you probably will be aware of this person, or if you're not aware that they're into you, it's because you really are, you know, dishing them off as this super player type person. So you haven't even considered that they may like you in a serious way. They may joke with you a lot and you're not really taking it that seriously. But actually this person has very deep feelings. And again, you are constantly on their mind, constantly. We've got the World card at the end as well. And, you know, again, it just screams wholeness. Completeness, you know, to you, to them, you complete them, or certainly in their mind, they're seeing that somebody of your character and your nature and everything that they hold upon their mind of you and that they think of you is exactly what they need to kind of, I'm hearing the word get started. So they really, and this is why they think of you a lot, they don't feel like they've quite started in life yet. They're still waiting for that team, you know, what's the word that's coming through here? Team player, I was going to say, but more than that, their partner in crime, in the world, in this, you know, their partner, full stop, not necessarily in crime, but, you know, you and them against the world. They're waiting for that, and they absolutely see you as that person. Again, my guide is laughing because he's saying you really don't see them, but because you've just kind of, you know, you've never taken it seriously because they are this cheeky chap. And for some of you, it's definitely coming through. This could be actually a good friend of yours that has never quite crossed that boundary. Yes, you flirt, you this, but they really do think a lot more of you, without a shadow of a doubt. We've got here a win-win forecast. A win-win outcome is forecast, full moon in Libra. Something's going to happen with this person, whether or not you will feel that they are right for you. I mean, and it's the extent that they do, because they really, you know, are set. They can see you walking down the altar. You know, they can see you with that happy ending at the end of the sunshine. That's how strong this person's feelings are for you. Whether you will or not is a different story, but I'm definitely seeing that there will be some activity there. Again, a win-win outcome is forecast. bring love into the situation. And this is why I say about the friend side of things. And my guide mentioned it before coming to this card. New Moon in Aquarius, so it's asking you to bring love into the situation. So again, this is very much a friend, or could be a colleague, that you've just never thought that there could be romance there. But why not? My guide is saying, give it a try. You lose nothing at all from trying. And my guide is saying, almost you need to kind of wipe away and he said the word illusion just then, your illusions of them. Remember, we all think there's a million different versions of us out there. Everyone holds us in a different version of ourselves, depending on the interactions we've had with them, the things we've talked about with them, said, done, etc. Some you would have had more deep conversations with, they see a completely different side of you, and so forth. So my guide is saying that, you have really only seen a few sides to this person, but not all. So it's definitely worth investigating. And again, it will come to you, whether this or not is something, but definitely there's a real spark. Again, spark of energy is the way that I will describe the feelings here, is that there's a real spark between you. Definitely big friend vibes. You do know this person, or if, whether that be well or just in meeting, it will be different for all of you. But this person is definitely someone you've come across before, but again, that you very much overlooked. Oh, this is exciting. I'm interested to know who this is and what your thoughts are. I'm going to pull some animal oracles, and we're just going to get an idea, a bit more of their vibe and also yours. Let's have a look. We've got the hippopotamus for them, and we've got the dog for you. And this is really interesting because very much those vibes I was saying that they see you with are represented in the dog. That devotion, the honesty, the service, best friend, just the lovingness. They really do see you. And going back to the Empress here is that caregiver, that person, the warm fuzziness. And we did mention before that they wish that they almost had some of your qualities, and that's what's so attractive about you to them. And we see that over here. I mean, the dog and the hippo, they could have been more opposite. The hippo is very much about, stimulation is the word that's said here, and that goes on to say what a lively character this person is. But they are very focused underneath all that. They very much, they're very good at actualizing goals, as an example. They're very good at emerging from the depths, like the good hippo does when he storms out of the water. And they are a lot more focused than you give them credit for. Again, because of the crazy personality vibe that's going on here, it really can be misconstrued with this person. My guide's saying give it a go. Let me just get a little bit more about this person. I'm going to pull just literally 2 cards from the Hide. I love this deck. It's by Dan Francis, for those of you that are wondering. We have the Moss, which is the 4 of Swords. And we also have Temperance. So, in regards to them, again, the 4 of Swords and the Moss, and much what we're saying here, even though they display themselves outwardly to most people around them as this crazy party, life and soul of the room energy, they're actually very, when we said this about the hippo, they're very focused, and the word that's coming through is Zen. They've got a lot of Zen and focus about them. Actually very steady underneath all the madness. And this is the side that they're dying to show you. And my guide is saying that you've got to start looking for, bring love into the situation. So, yeah, they're very misrepresented is what's coming through here. They are a lot more chilled than they like to give on, if that makes sense. They're a lot more balanced. And the biggest thing here, certainly with Temperance, you see the kind of phrase, filling your cups. That's what's coming here. And they'll be really good at that for you. They're very attentive and they adore you so much that whether this be a brief or romance that lasts the time, they will make you feel good. Again, my guide says you are right about this super player side, but he's saying that not all super players remain that way. So it definitely, again, you need to see the other sides of this person. It's almost an illusion the angle we get just off of brief encounters, because there's so much more to all of us, right? There's so many layers to you as an example. And I bet you can pick out 5 people on your hand that think X, Y, Z of you. And those really close to you, they've seen all those layers and they know that little bit more, which is, you know, sometimes we get frustrated of how someone can have a certain, you know, how certain people can perceive us, but they've just seen a little tiny speck of us. And that's what my guide's asking you to consider here. I'm gonna just pull to finish off this reading. Guys, this is a very short YouTube video, so again, you know, if you want to go into this in a little bit more detail, we can certainly do a private reading. My books are now open, all the details are below. But yeah, I really hope that you give this a go if it resonates with you, because I'm feeling that this person is deserving of, again, you looking at them from maybe a slightly different angle. Let me be still today and listen to the truth in silence. That is your care card for today. Again, let me be still today and listen to the truth in silence. I really hope you've enjoyed this reading. Again, just a small pick a card reading. Sending you all the love. Please do comment below. I'm dying to know if this resonates with you. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I appreciate it so greatly. Really helps me on my YouTube journey. And yeah, I'll see some of you in private readings, I'm sure. Sending you all the love and light. Give it a go. You might be surprised. You've completely overlooked this person. Take care, guys. Bye-bye. Pile 2, if you chose this stunningly beautiful card for pile 2, who has their eyes on you? Pile 2, this is your reading. Let me just pop these aside for a second. Can we just appreciate how stunningly beautiful? You chose the river, these cards are. They're a new deck from the archetype oracles. One of my lovely subscribers, you know who you are, purchased them for me, so thank you so much. But you got the river. We'll go to that in a little while, but we're looking today at who has their eyes on you. And we'll see, as most of you know, I read predominantly through my spirit guides. But yeah, let's see what messages come up for you today. Thank you again, while I'm just shuffling these, for all my new subscribers. I can't appreciate it enough. If you haven't subscribed, please do. It's the best energy exchange and it really helps me on my YouTube journey as well. So again, so much appreciated. But let's get cracking, shall we? I'm going to pull a few different cards. We're going to start with the Lunar Soul. And I think I'm going to pull a couple of hide cards today as well, actually. But let's have a look. Spirit, we need to know for number 2, the river. Who has their eyes on pile number 2? Let's see what we can get. Who has their eyes on pile number 2? We have the Magician. I am reading upright with Lunar Soul today. We have the 4 of Cups. Okay. We have the Ace of Swords. And we have the 9 of Wands. Interesting. Let's have a look here. I'm feeling I need to pull some Moon Oracle as well, just to get a really good baseline here. How are you all today? Please comment below where you are. I love, love, love hearing from my subscribers as well. This is really interesting, guys. We've got the full moon eclipse, and we have disseminating moon. Right, should we just get straight stuck in? Let me pop these up so you can see them a little bit better. Let's have a look here. So we have the Magician. I'm just going to connect with my guides and see what we can get through. Definitely feeling here. This is somebody from your past that really has their eyes on you. They've not quite let go. This is coming up, whether it be an ex or not necessarily a full-on ex, it could be, but it's somebody that you've had a connection with at some point in the past, and they cannot stop thinking of you. I'm sorry if this is not what you wanted to hear, your past. The cards, you know, I can only tell you what comes through. And we're definitely, I mean, this person just doesn't want to let go. I'm feeling that there definitely was a little bit, I want to say, of trickery. I mean, we've got the Magician here. This person maybe had, you know, was a little bit of a player towards you. They definitely, something went on that you weren't quite happy about. They definitely had those player instincts, but it's almost as if this matter was never quite resolved, or certainly they very much feel that. And they had quite a way of, I'm trying to feel if this is a nice energy or not, guys. For some of you, I don't think this would have been, I'm really getting that mix. So, you know, for a lot of you watching the video, maybe it's quite a playful kind of connection. But for others, I'm feeling quite controlling. You know, they very much had the power. They're very good at manipulating your mindset, your heart, everything. But they very much are really fiercely focusing on you right now. You know, we see the river here. Excuse me. And they literally... I'm going to come back to that because this isn't about them. This is about you. This person is super fixated on you. You may well realize that. You may not. But they very much are. And we're definitely seeing an X here. And again, I'm seeing that manipulation. They're fixated on the past. And I will say they're quite self-absorbed. We've got the Four of Cups here. The vibe that's coming through, my guide is saying that this maybe wasn't the best connection, guys. But they're very fixated on the past. It's almost like they don't feel that their truth was told. You know, obviously you've got your truth of what happened. They have theirs. They don't feel that that conversation was had for them to fully explain from their end what the situation was here, if that makes sense. But they're definitely fixated on the past. They can also be quite stubborn, is what I'm hearing. So, again, I think they were very much defensive. In, you know, whenever you broke up and split, they're very, very defensive. But they really want that truth to come out. We've got the Ace of Swords here and really saying a potential for truth. They're definitely maturing from when, you know, the relationship was had. And I think they've definitely kind of opened up and had a few more realizations. And again, that stubbornness in them has kind of chipped away a bit. And they've started to understand your point of it a little bit more. For sure, but they want new communication. They want to talk to you. They want to have, whether it be closure or understanding or whether it be literally, that there's a lot of regret from them, I feel, about the way they acted. Again, whether that's good enough for you is a different story. And I am seeing that manipulation here. I think they know that they tried to manipulate. And when I'm hearing it's because they were just desperate to cling on. But that doesn't make it okay, of course. But yeah, this person's really very much, you know, they want to talk to you. They can't stop thinking about you, and they want this conversation to be had. We've also got the Nine of Wands here as well. You know, they literally, almost their perseverance, they think if they just keep persevering, this will be the conversation. My guide is saying to me that, you know, if you want this to be over, well, here's the thing. It's not a case of speak to them and put it to one side. This person caused a lot of hurt to you, so it is okay to just walk away as well, regardless of their perseverance. You know, you don't have to deal with this person, my guide is saying. Certainly if it was a deep, deep cut for you, if it was just surface level, it may be best just to have a chat with them and get them gone, so to speak. Conclusions within reach, take time to breathe out. See, I can only say, and I know a lot of you aren't going to like hearing this, but I can only say, or maybe you will, maybe it's exactly what you need to hear to move forward, but this wasn't a connection for you, you know, that was right for you. We've always put in situations by the universe and we learn from them, and it was definitely a very good learning curve for you. If you haven't understood what those lessons are, you soon will, my guide is saying, but we all have to experience things, you know, so it wasn't that this was a mistake, but my guide is saying that, you know, you don't need to go back there. They still are, even though we said that they're chipping away and releasing some of their stubbornness and starting to see things from your side. They're a bit of an, again, trickster's the word that's coming through here, manipulator. You know, they did manipulate you, and you know, my guide is saying that they probably still will. And that's the danger, I think, that you almost suffered with this person, is that they're very good at, you know, tricking you and manipulating you into feeling almost like a gaslighting situation to make you feel that it's your fault, and then you feel bad for them, you know. So definitely seeing those vibes come through. But again, going back to the river, which I said earlier, you know, I mean, a river, it flows. And the biggest thing that's coming here is that the river's washing away everything that's no longer necessary, and you're being asked to do that because this isn't necessary for you anymore. They want closure, but it's almost in a selfish way. It's not even, my guide's saying, this is why I'm feeling a bit icky, guys, because it's not even that they want closure in this conversation to make you feel better. It's selfishness. It's about them. I'm so sorry this is your reading. I wish obviously I'm sure there's lots of people, but my guide's saying it's really important for you to know that this person, because the majority of you will know who this is, and they're trying to get their claws back in almost. And really the message here is you need to wash away everything that is not necessary. Drift it on down that river, never to be seen again. Once you step in, the thing that's just come to me is once you step in, you're no longer in control anymore. It's almost like this river, i.e. them, carries you further down the stream than you plan to go. And that's almost the danger of getting back in connection with this person. Again, for those of you that feel strong now, there's been a lot of time. But even then, my guide's saying it's really not necessary. Sometimes we have this fixation on closure, on what's needed. And in reality, taking back your own strength, the only closure you need is in your own mind. No words that this person will possibly say to you is going to give you that. It's what is your mind and the realizations that you come to. That's what closure will get. That's your closure. And in a sense, they want it for themselves, but they're trying to get to you for that, which is actually wrong. We don't need other people for closure, my guide is saying. Or to hear other words. Words are just words from other people that we don't know where the intention really has come from. We can never be 100% certainty. We don't control others. We can't possibly know. All we do know and we can control is our own feelings and our own words and our own mind. And that really is where your closure will come to with this situation. Conclusions are within reach. You're literally got the full moon eclipse. You're coming to the end of this cycle. Keep going is the word that, is the message that's coming through here. You do not need this connection to really figure out what happened and move on. Take time to breathe out, and that's a big thing that's coming through. You deserve way more than this person gave you. But yeah, unfortunately, I'm sorry to say that they're a bit fixated on you, and they haven't let go. But you very much need to. Again, you need to release them down that river and let it flow away. Anything that doesn't serve you, let it flow down that beautiful river and away to elsewhere, because it shouldn't sit on your bank. I'm going to pull just a couple of hide cards as well. We've got the Queen of Pentacles and we've got the Seven of Wands. I mean, the Queen of Pentacles straight off, this is definitely representing you right now, whether you're female or male. And we were talking about beautiful gentleness is coming through, and greatly abundant, and you're definitely giving off those power vibes for sure, like CEO vibes I'm getting. That's certainly what the Queen of Pentacles is. And you're being asked to remember these traits about you. You are a boss bitch, excuse my language, but you are. And you are so in control. And this person definitely swayed you a bit and made you, I'm seeing, a bit wavy. Imagine standing in that river, and as we mentioned earlier, once you're in it, the flow sometimes takes you off. That's what happened in this situation, but you're being called upon to remember your drive, your ambition, your fieriness, you're a powerhouse, and you're very measured as well. This person kind of sent you off balance a bit, but your growth, you've always been a person, I'm hearing, that grows and grows, and it was almost stunted with this person. They made you second guess, which is really unusual for you, and again, no good for you. People that make you second guess, I mean, it's good to be questioned, it's good to be pushed, but not in the way that this person did. Remember your inner Ra. That's what's coming in here. Remember your inner Ra. We've also got the Seven of Wands here as well. And again, self-preservation, guys. It's all about taking back yourself in this situation. And I see nothing but abundance and greatness for you. Again, these are the energies you're being called to bring back in. I'm going to pull for you, just before we finish, an oracle. If Spirit had a message, what would it be? Let's see what we can dig out for you today. But guys, not the reading perhaps you wanted, but definitely the one that you needed. And just a reminder that you don't need this person for closure. They need you. They don't need you. They're delusional. Remember that delusional trickery magician. They think they need you. They think this. They think it doesn't matter what they think, right? Unfortunately, this is, who's thinking about you. This is the person thinking about you. But again, you don't need that. You don't need that. Right. My happiness, I love this one. My happiness is a direction, is a direct reflection, rather. Let me start again. I'll get my words muddled. My happiness is a direct reflection of how quickly I can shift my perceptions from fear to love. Yes, 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 yes. Please do pause this and write this down. This is the main thing you need to think of right now. It really is. And do remember, you know, the thoughts that we consume our mind with are what we're putting out to the universe. You need to drive back into this Queen of Pentacles energy that you absolutely so own and are at the root of your soul. And you need to release that again. Forget this person. Unfortunately, this is a person that does have their eyes on you because they're a bit fixated. But it's a good reminder for you as well, as you don't need that shit, guys. You really don't. So I'm sending you all the love. I'm sorry this is a short reading. It's just my YouTube channel. I have opened up my books. Do feel free if you want to dig more into this and reasonings and feelings and, you know, peel back layers to have a private reading. I've just opened up my books. All the details you'll find below. But I just want to tell you and remind you how powerful you are, how beautiful you are, and brush this down the river. It's time to start fresh. Take care, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this reading. Bring back your Queen of Pentacles vibe, and I will see you soon. Big love to all of you, and don't forget to subscribe and like, and please comment below. I want to know, you know, again, this isn't necessarily the reading that you wanted, but I'd like to know if this resonated with you. Peace out, guys. Sending all the love. Hello, if you chose pile 3, this is your lovely reading, and again, we're looking at today. I'm just going to pop these aside. Who has their eyes on you? First of all, pile 3, you chose this beautiful quartz crystal, and we've got here the desert. How beautiful are these cards, guys? It's actually sent to me by one of my subscribers. You know who you are. Thank you. But yeah, beautiful desert card. I love the colouring in there. Let's pop that aside for a second because we're going to come back to that. We're looking at today, who has their eyes on you? I'm going to really, as you know, I read mainly from my guides, so we'll try and get as many messages through as possible. But we're looking at who has their eyes on pile 1, the desert. Who has their eyes on you? I love doing these readings. It's always nice to get a little peep of, you know, who's thinking about us, isn't it? And sometimes it can be totally expected, other times it can be totally unexpected. So let's have a look here at who has their eyes on you. I'm going to use a Lunar Soul Tarot. I have given them a good shuffle already, but I'm inclined to give a little bit more. And I think I'm going to bring in some others as well today. I'm going to bring in a couple of the hide. And also, I always love to use a bit of Moonology to get the underlying base energy. Right. Who has their eyes on you? Pile 3. We have the 4 of Wands. Okay. I always read it upright with the Lunar Soul in case you're wondering what I'm doing. So we've got 4 of Wands. We have 8 of Discs. We have the 9 of Swords. Okay, well, someone is certainly thinking about you at pile 3. We have the Magician. Okay. See what's coming through here. I'm going to put out a couple of Moonology before we get started. And let's see if we can get some underlining. This person is definitely persistent. That's what I will tell you right away. Let's have a look. We've got the full moon in Scorpio. And we have the North Node. It's time to release negativity, step out of your comfort zone. Okay. I'm feeling this is someone that you've just met recently. We've got the 4 of Wands here. I am feeling a bit of a soul connection here, guys. Just confirm, my guys. This is a little bit more than someone fancies you. That doesn't mean that it will lead to a relationship. I almost want to say, I'm not a twin flame reader. I am not. But I almost want to say I've definitely got twin flame vibes coming through here. Whether or not you realise that, or soulmate, not quite soulmate, but there's definitely very much been a connection of souls at some point in the past with this person, whether it be in present or past life. You know, your souls have met before without a shadow of a doubt. I almost want to say that, I just said, you know, a moment ago, I started by saying that you've met recently. It's almost like you've reconnected with this person perhaps recently, whether it be at a party, we see celebration here, coming together, a group event or a gathering of some kind. That they cannot stop thinking about you. You know, you're definitely fully on their mind without a shadow of a doubt. You know, we see with the 9 of Swords here. But it's almost like they're very stressed out about this the connection with you. They don't quite know where they stand. They don't know where... It's almost like in their view, I want to say they see you as hard work, as in they really don't quite know. They see you as really this creative, powerful energy. We see the magician here, and sometimes the magician can be a little negative, certainly in one of the past piles I've just done, but in this case, it's almost like they see you as a bit above them, that you're someone with all the tools, and whether they have enough tools, that they see you as a really powerful force. And it stresses them out because they really, it's like they're in two minds. Part of them thinks we are meant to be together, but as if they don't feel ready enough to present themselves to you, if that makes sense. They think, I need to get my shit together a little bit more before I kind of make this apparent. But they really, really stress themselves out over this. So they're quite a stressed ball of energy. I'm feeling quite agitated, in fact. And it's because they really are stressed. They're very much hard at work right now, trying to get to. It's almost like they feel that they haven't got enough to show you. They haven't got enough to give you, whether it be, and really this is, I'm getting down to the financial side of things, they're hard at work. It's as if they feel that you look for more in a person, and they really want to meet that. They're not quite there yet, and they don't feel, and this is why they've not necessarily presented themselves to you. There is a real weird connection here with you though, and again, I'm not a twin flame reader, so I can't confirm that, but the reason I want to say twin flames is it's almost like, they feel the same as you, but you're on a bit more of an ascended level than they are in pretty much all ways. That's how they perceive this situation anyway. And it leaves them feeling completely, much like the desert, quite disorientated and desperate for, direction, I want to say. They're grasping for, or longing for solid ground, amongst the desert. You see the sinking hand here. And they almost feel a bit like that. They're desperately trying to reach this moon, which is you. But they feel like they're sinking a bit with it. They don't feel enough for you. We've got here, it's time to release negativity. And they certainly do need to do that and step out of their comfort zone. Let's look into whether this is a good connection for you, because obviously this is all about them and who they are and what they're feeling. I'm going to pull some hide cards for this. But yeah, this person, there's definitely a big connection. I feel like you've really, something's happened. There's been like a catalyst recently, whether it be a meeting again, as I said, and that could be in a group gathering of some kind, that's really kind of, you've always been on this person's mind, but they've been, recently it's like their engine has been reignited and they're off. They're working hard, trying to get to a place to be able to reveal themselves. And, because again, they see you as this powerful creator with all the tools, much like the magician, but they're literally losing sleep over this. And that, they're quite bullying in themselves, I want to say. They're not kind to themselves. Really, worth, financial worth, all this kind of thing doesn't essentially matter when it comes to love, or shouldn't matter. But they very much have the impression that it does, and that they need to get to a certain level of standing before they can even present themselves to you. They're quite insecure in that way. But they're getting on it. You're like their driving, I'm seeing you as their driving motivation. Everyone has a vision board, and it makes them work that much harder and strive towards their goals. You're their goal. So they are quite fixated on you, I would say. But you certainly are a positive light to them in that sense. We've got the 5 of Swords, and we have the 7 of Swords. Lots of mind balance here. Yeah, there's almost like they're... I don't know if this will be the right time for you, because they're not ready. They've not got the, I want to say, the balls to kind of, and even that in the sense they don't want to reveal themselves yet. It's like, grow a pair. You just come to me, talk to me. But they're quite insecure. There's definitely, from yourself, I'm seeing that you have a lot of options right now. So this isn't someone that really is in your mind, and whether they'll ever present themselves. It's a funny old reading, this, because again, you're very much on their mind, but I don't think that role's reversed. You know, I see you as someone that, whether you realise it or not, you've got a lot of people admiring you right now, and we'll have to do a separate reading for that. Certainly a bit more juicy one than this. I'm sorry it wasn't as juicy, you know, but this is the person that's sorry guys, oh, let me just stabilise that a minute. My camera just totally wigged, battery just totally went, sorry about that. But yeah, this person is not on your mind, I will say that. Just because they've not presented themselves, you've never even thought of it. But actually, my guy's saying that it could be quite a nice match if only this person got again, grew some balls a bit, you know, and that's something, the quality that you wouldn't warm to right now. We don't see a connection coming soon with this, but again, this is the person that's most, you know, who has their eyes on you the most. Again, a weird reading. I almost want to say for some of you, you may work with this person as well, or recently this person has come into the fold almost. I'm going to pull some cards for you. I'm definitely seeing for you that you have quite a few, and it's a bit frustrating, isn't it, that this was this reading, because there's a few people that have their eyes on you. We see options, lots of options here with the Seven of Swords. And again, it's bringing it back to that workplace. I almost feel like, you know, you've got a lot of eyes on you at work right now. Again, if you want to go into that a bit more, we'll do a private reading for sure, and you'll find all the details below. But yeah, your mind is just not on this person, that's for sure, but there you are very much on theirs. Let me pull just some oracle cards for you, what to take away from this. I'm sorry for the funny reading, guys, but it is what it is, right? This is what Spirit wanted to come through with, and again, this is the person that has their eyes on you the most right now. I'm a light worker in disguise. I don't have to talk about it. I can just be it. You are very ascended. Again, something that, you know, they see you as that. They see you as the person with all the tools. But I love that your light work has come out. My kindness is a gift that I bestow upon the world. Beautiful two little affirmation cards to come out there. But guys, you know, really, my guy's laughing because he's like, this is such a funny reading, but it is what it is. It's this video. And definitely you carry on cracking on doing your thing. This person may present yourselves, but if you've had that feeling recently, someone's kind of looking at you, you turn around, you're not quite sure what the vibe is. This is it. This is them. They're just really, they don't know how to act around you. It's quite funny, really. But yeah, they don't know how to act around you. Definite secret admirer that just hasn't quite got the balls to come forward. But they're working on it. You're going to hear from them soon when they've kind of climbed the ranks. Not getting bad energy from them at all, other than that they're just a bit all over the show. So again, not someone that you'd necessarily go for right now. They're right in that sense, aren't they? Not necessarily about the financial, though. They're fixated that it's the financial aspect as to why they can't present themselves. But, you know, in reality, my guy's saying it's nothing to do with the financial aspect. It's to do with their mind and having those balls and being secure in yourself. But they'll come round to that, whether or not you'll be around at that point, because, again, you have a lot of eyes on you. But remember to keep kind. Remember, light worker in disguise. Just be at peace and crack on and do your thing. I'm almost wish we had more time because I want to know who these other people are thinking about you. Don't forget to subscribe and like. Write your comments below. Again, a bit of a funny one this. But write your comments below. And yeah, hopefully I'll see you in a private reading because I definitely want to dive into a bit more who these other eyes are. But you're on fire right now, put it that way. So enjoy, guys. You take care and I'll see you soon. Bye.